In this video, I will give you an overview and unboxing of the EnGenius Fit controller. We're going to go ahead and open the box, and we're going to slide the inner eggshell. We remove the controller out of the eggshell, and we see the eggshell contents. We do have a template for drilling the holes. It comes with a FitController quick start guide, and it comes with 2 screws and 2 plug anchors. And now we're going to remove the protective sleeve. Here we have the Fit controller. On one of the sides, you see that we have an LED. We have the 12 volt 1 amp AC adapter plug. We have the reset button and a micro SD so you can save your configurations. On the other side, we have 2 Ethernet ports. LAN 1 PoE is the port that we will use to power the Fit controller via PoE. We simply plug in the Ethernet cable to port 1 PoE, and the controller should turn on right away. The Fit controller comes in DHCP mode. We recommend using an IP scanner, like Advanced IP Scanner, to find what IP address was assigned to your Fit controller. Once you know the IP address, you can type it in on your browser and you will be greeted to the login page. To log in, you will need to have a Fit controller account. If you don't have one, go to the top right and click Sign Up. Input your email, password, first name and last name, and the name of the company. Once you have done that, simply click the checkbox to comply to our terms and conditions. Once your account has been created, input your email and password. Then click Sign In. You will be greeted to the main dashboard. If you hover over to the top menu, you see that there's an organization called EnGenius. Now we're going to go ahead and create a network. Click on the network icon, select the name, the country, and the time zone. Click Create. Now you will see that your network is created. Now double click in order to select the network. You will see an orange line underneath the name. Now we're going to go ahead and register a device. Click over Inventory and click Register Device. Make sure you have the serial number of the access point or switch you want to register. Go ahead and click on the Manually tab and paste your serial number. You will get a success notification that your device has been registered. Now it's time to add it to a network. We're going to go ahead and click Assign to Network. Select the organization and choose the network. Then click Apply. Your device has been successfully assigned to a network. We can go to the dashboard, click on the access point icon. Now we're going to select the added access point, and we're going to click Pairing. This is for the access point to pair with the Fit controller. Once the pairing is successful, you can go back to the dashboard and wait until the access point comes online. To verify the access point is online, you will see the ring turn green. This will be the same way if you're adding a switch. We're going to hover over to the Manage icon, and as you can see in the menu, we have the dashboard, which will give you an overview of all the network. Next, we're going to hover over the Access Points menu. Here you will have access to the Access Points page, where you can see throughput, channel utilization per access point, And also you can do changes to your channel, TX power, and your channel width. By default, they come on automatic. If you wish to manually set values, you can click the checkbox under the lock icon, and you can do your changes manually. Also, we will give you an indication of the SSIDs that are being broadcasted from this access point. If you want to see the details on this access point, simply hover over to Details, and the Details page will open for this particular access point. You will get all this information about model name, firmware, serial number, the MAC address, the configuration if it's up to date, IP addressing, and more. Also on the bottom, we have the summary page. On the summary page, we'll give you SSID information, throughput that's going through your access point, radio settings, and IP addressing. Here is where you will change your IP address from DHCP to static if it's required to do so. Next, we're going to show you how to create an SSID. Go to Configure SSID. By default, there will be an SSID called EnGenius Wi-Fi. You can either edit this or create a brand new SSID. For this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and edit. On the name, that's the name that it's going to be used to be broadcasting the SSID. Then you can choose to enable or disable the broadcasting of this SSID. You can either hide it as well. You can choose the type of radio that you wish to broadcast, either on the 2.4 or 5 gigahertz or both. You'll have your security type. You have your other settings that you can find under this tab. The next tab is the bandwidth limit. Here you can enable this to bandwidth limit your wireless clients. You can choose the settings by either per client or per SSID. We have added a recommendation list of the bandwidth per limit so you can assign properly. Next, we have the captive portal. We offer a captive portal on our devices. You simply enable it, and there's 4 types of authentication types. We have your conventional click and through. We have the EnGenius authentication, which you will require to create an EnGenius user. We also support custom radius. Lastly, we have a voucher service. This voucher service will allow you to create vouchers for a connection plan. You can set them up from 1 hour to 1 day, etc. The next tab is the splash page. The splash page can be editable. You can add a background, change the font, or even change the color. Next, we have the schedule. This schedule is for your SSID. This is the time that you can select for the SSID to be broadcasted. Finally, we have the access control. Here you can either block list users or you can VIP list the users as well. The next configure tab is the radio settings. The radio settings are the global settings for all the access points that are connected in the same network. For example, if I was to change channel, it would apply to all the access points. Every other settings will be applied as well. On the very bottom of the menu is where we can set up mesh between access points. Now we hover to the bottom left where the team members icon is. This is for you to invite other Fit users to manage your network. You can simply add them by going to the Invite New Member tab and adding the email of that Fit account. Remember that it has to be a Fit account in order for that email to be activated. Also, you can choose if you want that person to just be a viewer or to have admin rights over your network. We now hover to the final icon on the bottom left, which is the system icon. Here you will find the inventory tab where you can add and register devices. Next, you will find the system information about your FitController. Here we'll let you know about the usage of CPU, memory, and disk, also the summary, and if there's an update available for your controller, the IP addressing as well. By default it comes on DHCP, but if you wish to set it to static, this is the place where you can assign a static IP address. We also have the tab for email alerts. Here's where you can set up your mail server. You will fill in the blank on all the SMTP server settings, the port, authentication, email address, and the subject. We also have the backup and restore. The configuration backup can be saved to the micro SD card that you input in the slot, and you can also import it from the same medium. Now we're going to hover over to the top right, and there's 3 icons. The first one is just simply to go dark mode on your whole interface. The next is the bell for notifications. Here you will see all the notifications that have what events happen in your network. We get notifications through email. You can select the time you want to be informed. And lastly, this is your profile icon. Here we'll give information about your profile, edit, password, reset or reboot the controller, enable two-factor authentication, notification settings, if you wish to delete your account, or to log out. Thank you for watching this EnGenius Fit controller overview.